Hello guys, this is Rafikari and today I'm going to show you on how do we use these diagrams I have drawn to represent the 8 cognitive behavior based on John Beebe's ideas. Well, as you can see, we have the hero, we have the inferior, the nemesis and demon and so on. But what makes them that? What makes them have these particular attributes on them? Well, the simple answer to it is that when we have hero, we have nemesis, right? We have villain. And what makes the inferior afraid is because of the demon. So what makes the parent critical is because of the critic or the grandparents. What makes the child always confused or something? Well, because of the trickster. So as you can see that the interplays between the shadow and our consciousness is really the one that makes us to have these particular attributes. And what makes someone's turn or well, can say channel into the shadow? Well, as you can see, as I described over here, that the shadow could just act as an advisor rather than controlling a person's mind. So once the person or the consciousness started to feel kind of vulnerable to influences from the shadow, then they're gonna just just surrender and submit to the command of the shadow, and that what makes them really behave like the shadow. Um, to give you a solid example, would be like an ESTP, who has extroverted sensing hero, of course. But do you know that the SP type, okay, actually hate to be touched, physically touched by people, kind of afraid because they have introverted sensing nemesis, which is the function to receive sensation or the past experience. So what did nemesis do in order to interact with extroverted sensing is that SI nemesis will warn ESTP as a hero to be aware of any physical touch, something like this. You can say, hey, if you go on with your extroverted sensing to touch other people, you're gonna get touched back, and perhaps they're gonna exploit your body. They're gonna harm your body. Or perhaps, hey, before you do this to other people, remember what you had done in the past. You're not such a nice person. You had actually hurt. You actually had get hurt by others. Personally. So they're gonna warn ESTP from having personal or introverted sensing. So that's why they're kind of afraid to touch others. And what makes the an I inferior afraid of making decision? Well, because of the extroverted intuition demon, which warns the introverted intuition to afraid of other choices. Like, hey, do you know that there are a lot of other ways that could actually kill you? You know, so a lot of people who wants to do something bad to you, a lot of people thinks that a lot of way can actually mislead you and can destroy you. So you better be careful. Or ESTP in the demonic function, will actually behave like this. Like, well, this person tries to destroy your future. For example, like in my case, someone who tried to bully me at school, for example, and the NE demon will advise me like this: hey, you better destroy the future of these particular people by doing this and that, so that they won't have life. So what I actually get is just one possible way, not many, not two, not three, just one possible way advised by the extroverted intuition in order to destroy someone's life, making one decision or making one action that will perpetually, repetitively defeat someone eventually by their own actions. So it's really a consequential effect, but it's still one path, which is still introverted intuition. You see, that's why I think that extroverted intuition of the demon is not really an extroverted intuition. It's just an attribute to make an I motivated to do something, or be afraid to do something. So the same goes to the parent. Um, C.S. Joseph accused, TI parent, or sorry, TE critic, to become very, to literally judge others, to, everyone around them to be stupid. Well, it's not really that case, but I can see why he said that. But when we talk about the interaction between the parents and the critic gonna, since the critic is extroverted thinking, well, the critic is going to criticize other people's opinion or judgment on something. Like, hey, you, look at others. Yeah, yes, you. Look at how other people think. Don't you think that they are wrong? And then like the TI parent will like, well, let's see where can we correct them. Where are the faults? Yeah, something like that. It's gonna makes the TI parent to be more careful and trying to correct other people. And that what makes them critical after all. And the trickster function will make the child confused which one is right, which one is wrong, because like ESTP have FE child and FI trickster will be their shadow. And what the shadow will do is that you're gonna make them confused. Is this really good or is this really bad? Is this good or bad? Good or bad? Like really gonna makes them like really dizzy, to make decision which one is good or bad. So, but this child is really innocent, and it should be cultivated a lot because it is sorts of miracles, and it actually, for me personally, since my child is extroverted feeling, by teaching other people's ethics, sorry, not teaching, but by spreading words to share how to be ethical with other people on my WhatsApp status, it really helps me to feel more energetic, to feel that particular miraculous healing for my terrible motivation before this. So I think that ones really need to cultivate their child. I had also a lot of more explanation on how to wisely and efficiently use all of these cognitive functions, but I mean according to their behavior. But I think we'll just end the video here. So that's all. Anything, just comment below, okay? Bye. See ya.